The wind howls a mournful dirge across the desolate plains, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and something far older, far colder. You are alone on a moonless path, the last embers of twilight long extinguished, plunging the world into a suffocating blackness. Each step you take sends a faint crunch through the brittle leaves beneath your sandals, a sound that seems to echo too loudly in the vast silence. You pull your worn traveling cloak tighter, though it offers little defense against the pervasive chill that seeps not just into your bones, but into your very spirit. Overhead, the branches of ancient pines claw at the inky sky, their silhouettes like skeletal fingers reaching for something unseen. There is a sense of immense emptiness here, a void that seems to swallow all sound, all light, all hope. Your breath mists before you, a fleeting ghost in the oppressive gloom. But then, from somewhere beyond the immediate veil of darkness, a sound reaches you. It is subtle at first, a faint, dry clicking, like pebbles shifting on a distant riverbed. You pause, straining your ears, your heart quickening its pace. It comes again, louder this time, a peculiar, rhythmic clatter that seems to resonate from the very ground beneath your feet. It is not the wind, nor the rustling of leaves. It is something else entirely. Something vast, something, approaching. A shiver, colder than any winter breeze, traces a path down your spine. What colossal horror could possibly produce such a sound in this forsaken wilderness? You find yourself transported to an age-long past, a time when the very land of Japan wept under the weight of ceaseless conflict and devastating famine. Imagine the fields, once verdant and teeming with life, now barren and cracked, yielding nothing but dust. The rivers, once flowing with sustenance, now choked with the debris of battle and the silent testament of countless lives lost. Armies clashed with a brutal fervor, their swords singing a song of death, their banners drenched in the blood of warriors and peasants alike. Villages were razed, families scattered, and the dead often left unburied, their bodies mere offerings to the elements. The air itself grew thick with the stench of decay, a grim perfume that clung to every breath. But it was not just the flesh that withered, the spirits of the departed, denied proper burial rites and the peace of the afterlife, lingered. They drifted like restless smoke, their hunger for peace, for retribution, growing more potent with each passing day. For many years, this suffering festered, a poison seeping into the earth, into the very essence of the land. It is said that when 1,000 souls perish in such despair, their bones, scattered and bleached under the merciless sun, begin to stir. Their individual hungers, their collective anguish, coalesce. You can almost hear the faint murmur of their lingering resentment, building, until it reaches a terrifying crescendo. This, then, is the crucible from which a new terror was forged, a monstrous entity born of forgotten sorrow and the insatiable craving of the unquiet dead. But what form would such a collective despair take? As the moon, barely a sliver, hides behind a shroud of clouds, the clicking sound grows unmistakably louder, more deliberate. It is no longer a distant whisper, but a resonant clatter, a dry, grating sound that vibrates through the soles of your feet and up your legs. You realize, with a sudden, horrifying clarity, that this is the sound of bones. Not small bones, not scattered fragments, but vast, interlocking structures, shifting and grinding with immense power. The air around you drops several degrees, an unnatural cold that seems to suck the warmth from your very marrow. You can feel the hairs on your neck prickle, a primal alarm screaming through your senses. A colossal shadow begins to emerge from the deepest part of the darkness ahead, dwarfing the ancient pines, blotting out the faint starlight. It moves with a slow, ponderous gait, each step shaking the very ground. The clatter intensifies, a cacophony of bone on bone, like 1,000 drums beating a rhythm of doom. You dare to raise your eyes, slowly, fearfully, and there it stands. A titan of bone, reaching towards the heavens, its empty eye sockets gazing down upon you with an ancient, bottomless hunger. Its ribs, vast as the archways of a forgotten temple, enclose a hollow chest. Its arms, like colossal branches stripped bare, swing with a terrifying purpose. This is the Gashadokuro, the giant skeleton born of 1,000 forgotten dead, its form a gruesome monument to suffering. And as its massive skull tilts, you hear it, distinct and chilling, the relentless gnashing of its teeth, larger than any you could possibly imagine. What insatiable hunger drives this colossal specter? The Gashadokuro does not speak, nor does it roar. Its voice is the terrifying symphony of grinding bone and gnashing teeth, a sound that promises an end far worse than any quick death. Its hunger is not for food, but for the very essence of life, for the vitality that pulses within a living being. It seeks the souls of the living, to replenish the emptiness left by 1,000 unremembered deaths. You stand frozen, caught in the terrifying glow of its spectral presence, your every instinct screaming at you to flee, yet your limbs refuse to obey. The air around you grows heavy, thick with the scent of dust and ancient grave soil. You can almost feel the phantom touch of countless skeletal fingers reaching out, drawing you closer. The legend whispers that the Gashadokuro is nearly invisible at a distance, merging with the shadows, its only telltale sign the faint, dry clicking that precedes its appearance. Only when it is upon you, looming like a mountain of death, does its full, horrifying form become clear. Its pursuit is relentless, its stride immense, covering vast distances with terrifying speed once it has fixed upon its prey. There is no outrunning such a behemoth, no hiding from its spectral sight. Its gaze, though empty, pierces through the darkest night, finding the faintest flicker of life. You are its focus now, the target of its ancient, unyielding craving. How could a mere mortal hope to escape the grasp of such a colossal, supernatural predator? As the Gashadokuro takes another colossal step, the ground trembles beneath you, and a jagged crack splinters the earth just inches from your feet. The sound of its teeth, a dry, relentless chatter, fills the night, a promise of your imminent demise. You can feel the unnatural draft created by its movement, a chilling breath that carries the dust of forgotten battlefields. Panic, cold and sharp, finally breaks through your paralysis, igniting a desperate surge of adrenaline. You turn, scrambling blindly into the dense undergrowth, the thorny branches tearing at your cloak and skin. The rattling pursues you, relentless, closer now, each beat of your heart a frantic drum against the backdrop of its approach. You stumble, falling hard, your breath knocked from your lungs. As you push yourself up, your hand brushes against something smooth and cold. It is a small, polished Jizo statue, a protector of travelers, half buried in the soil. A faint, ethereal glow seems to emanate from its weathered stone. In that moment, a fragment of an old tale flashes through your mind. The Gashadokuro, though powerful, is a creature of pure hunger, its mind devoid of true malice, driven only by the echo of its past suffering. It is said that pure, unyielding reverence, a heart utterly devoid of fear and filled with a desperate plea for peace for the unquiet dead, can sometimes offer a moment of respite. With trembling hands, you clutch the Jizo, turning to face the towering horror once more, not with defiance, but with a silent, desperate prayer for the souls trapped within its monstrous form. Will your desperate act of compassion be enough to quell the hunger of 1,000 dead, or will you simply become another forgotten meal for the bone giant? You stand before the Gashadokuro, the small Jizo statue clutched tightly, your heart pounding a frantic rhythm against your ribs. You close your eyes, not in surrender, but in a desperate, silent plea, offering not your life, but your compassion for the countless souls that comprise this terrifying entity. The rattling teeth continue their gruesome melody, but for a moment, you perceive a subtle shift. The overwhelming cold seems to lessen, just slightly. The immense shadow, though still present, feels less predatory, more sorrowful. When you open your eyes, the Gashadokuro is still there, its empty sockets fixed upon you. But then, with a final, echoing clatter of bone, it begins to recede. Slowly, ponderously, it turns, its colossal frame melting back into the impenetrable darkness from which it emerged. The ground ceases to tremble. The gnashing of teeth fades into the distance, becoming once more that faint, dry clicking, then nothing but the mournful sigh of the wind. You are left alone on the desolate path, shivering, but alive. The Jizo statue feels warm in your hand, a testament to the fragile power of hope against overwhelming dread. The Gashadokuro, the giant skeleton born of war and famine, continues its eternal, hungry wandering across the forgotten battlefields and desolate roads of Japan. It is a stark reminder that some pains run so deep, some deaths are so unquiet, that they can manifest into physical horrors, forever seeking what they lost. And as you hasten your steps, the memory of that colossal, rattling form will forever haunt your nights, a chilling whisper of the unseen world. When you next walk a lonely path under the moonless sky, will you listen for the sound of dry bones, knowing that the ancient hunger still roams? Join us again next time on Japan Storyteller, where the legends of the past come alive, reminding us that some stories are never truly over. Subscribe now, and let the whispers of ancient Japan guide your